Peeps, what's good with y'all, man? I'm coming at y'all in the dark. I know, just heading to bed. This isn't going on, man. Hey, I'm about to give it to y'all real straight. It's a lot of high emotions going on right now, currently in the Detroit Lions fan base, involving the 53-man roster. The cuts went on recently over the last couple days. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Just to kill this whole Jake Rudolph thing, it was cute a couple years ago when he was drafted, because Dan Orlovsky sucked, but now we have to be realistic. Neither one of these quarterbacks are good, so I mean it really didn't matter. Anyway, he made it to the practice squad, so it's not like he's gone forever. Okay, he's right there on the practice squad. As far as the cuts, they did a majority of them right. A lot of the linebackers that they cut should have been cut. We know we kept 6 receivers, about 10. Well, see, they made some moves earlier yesterday. So they got D-back apparently from the Bears that they released. I'm not about to try to go over the whole roster. We know who's made it there and who hasn't. What I'm going to try to do is see how the Lions could possibly improve the roster. There was a report that came out where there's like 5 players who they could try to see if they can make a move for. Maybe 1 or 2. I think the Lions could release like some real below the depth chart kind of guys, move them to practice squad, or just release them and see if they can bring these guys off the waiver wire. Like you got Carl Davis from the Baltimore Ravens, a very experienced defensive tackle, been in the league since about, I think, 2014, 2015. Had some injuries over a couple years ago that he's been down from, but a good run stopper nonetheless. Probably can still offer a little pass rush for a hybrid defense for us. He'd be good for the system. New England has a defensive tackle they drafted 2 years ago from the 2016 draft in the 3rd round. Last name Valentine. Guy who could probably be another run stopper or probably be a good defensive, like a more balanced defensive tackle, or somebody who could get at the run at times or maybe push the pocket here and there, claw the hole for the run. He's probably underdeveloped. You can say he's a bust. He's just not fitting with the Patriots. Sometimes when it comes to players that come from New England system that just don't work, a lot of times another team like the Lions can pick him up and turn him to go. Like Tavon Wilson, for example. He was a player that a lot of you may remember struggled in the Patriots system. And the thing is, with us now, he's been developing very nicely. He's a very smart player. So that's just a quick example. Then you got a linebacker, I believe, who they released. I think his name was Marquise Flowers. You could try to see, like I said, he's still not safe at linebacker. You still don't feel comfortable there. He could offer something else, at least a different vibe to the linebacker core. Maybe he actually might be a good coverage one. You can release this Bates guy you got on the linebacking core, or even if necessary, Christian Jones if it's that necessary, But like I said, you can release the Bates guy, see if you can bring him there. Jonathan Hank is still around. Then you got who else? You got a couple of D-backs, but we just brought one from Chicago, so I think we'd be okay. They expect this guy to probably get off the practice squad and actually come to our roster, 53-man roster. So I'm going to hold off on the secondary for a while. But for that front 7 defense, yeah, man, they need to test around. If you can get Hankins, if Cliff Avril's out there somewhere available, if you can get him, be much appreciated for the Lions. I'm not scared of Clay Hill-Mack. I know he just got traded and extended for Chicago Bears for $90 million guaranteed money. I understand that they look scary, but a lot of players I understand the defensive coordinator probably is real good there too, and he could be probably a troublesome make a troublesome defense for the Lions. But at the end of the day, the Lions had 2-3 years ago, about 4 years ago, had a real tough defense. A front 7 wasn't perfect, but it was damn sure tough that put up numbers. And we struggled at times in games against our division. We split with the Green Bay Packers. We were close in each one of the games. We won or lost in our division. We was only lost one. That was against the Green Bay Packers, but a lot of those other games were close. And a lot of other teams gave us hard times with that defense, and they really had to grind it out. So, at the end of the day, if our offense shows up to play as a division rival, we can still be there. I mean, at the end of the day, Clay Hill-Mack comes from the AFC West, if I'm correct. Over in the AFC West, if I'm correct, that's the right division. has the Denver Broncos, has the Kansas City Chiefs, has the Chargers. Each of them had to deal with Clay Hill Matt 6 times. And although different coordinator, different system than it is over there in Oakland, but at the end of the day, he's still Clay Hill Matt. The Kansas City Chiefs, in particularly, have been in the playoffs for the last 3 years and won one playoff game off the rip, and down there 2 divisional titles down there, or at least one divisional title. I think they won. If not, yeah, I think they won one divisional title over last year, or was it? Yeah, was it last season? I think. Yeah, but a lot of teams dealt with Clay Hill Matt, and Alex Smith came out okay. So Will Stafford, we dealt with mean pass rushers in the past. People dealt with Ndamukong Suh when he was here. So when it comes to Chicago, all I can say is really bring it on. I'm not scared. I think we can handle. I think we got more than enough talent that if we're smart enough, we can beat the Bears and anybody else. Minnesota was the powerhouse team last year. We nearly could have swept them if it was one for mental mistakes. So I'm not afraid. Nobody in DB should be tripping about this. It is what it is. The roster is what it is. I do say the Lions need to hurry up, make some moves. You got Michael Johnson. The Bengals released. I think he still released. Minnesota released the defensive end. There's still players out there that Lions should look into and hurry up, make a move on, man. Lions have a way of making moves like this by twiddling their thumbs a little bit. They need to stop that. I would say take a serious look. You know who fits the scheme by now. It's not that hard. Quit being cheap. Sign you a player to help fix his defense. Not out of fear, but just because it's the right thing to do. You have to make the proper. If you release somebody, release people on below that chart. You don't expect anything out of 100% just on special teams. Release them. You got plenty of players who can play special teams. Get the players necessary here to win. Not asking profession. Like I told y'all in my last video, you ain't go be nothing in this league unless you at least top 10 on all sides of that ball. That's our prime objective, to get to top 10 as much as possible. Gives us a chance to win the division and make the playoffs and win a playoff game and hopefully even go further, depending on how strong your team is. So I don't want anybody panicking. I could say more, but that's nonetheless. I didn't go over the whole roster because there's no need to. We're going to wait and see what happens over the next few days. Hopefully the Lions do get the stick out their butt, make some moves, and let's get this thing cracking. Shout out to 313 Hitman. Shout out to Everything King. There goes Mavi. Man, Beast Morris. 313 J-Mo. Dante Chase. Ace Taker. Who else? Noble Sports Entertainment. And the rest of everybody in DV, man. Keep on shooting your talent. Have faith in your team. Don't act so crazy. I'm out here. Peace.